Hey folks, we finally made it to episode 10. We had a really good episode last time working through some a little bit of difficulties, but we got it working and into a place that I am super satisfied with, I think. So we do have an extra drone that don't know what to do with, but at some point we'll find it some work to do. I did make a few changes, well, not changes, but I got a few things done around outside. I've got our little landing pad or entrance there done. I put some lights around here so it matches everything else. But other than that, everything else looks good. Today we actually have a few different ways that we could go, but I think that our initial direction should be food part of this, especially with we're getting low on our cooked meat. So getting a replacement for that is going to be key. I think first we can start with our solar tower. My thought there is that we can have a single tower that follows the sun that does both the algae farms as well as some solar panels, so that we can have one post to do all of that. Like everything else, we'll connect it underground. What I'm thinking is putting it out here away from everything, so even as we build out other buildings and stuff, we'll be less likely to get it in the way, be in the way of anything. So we'll start there, but I'd also like to get our farming section started. I think our farming section will come and be over here, is my thoughts. We've got all this space over here for all kinds of activities. But I think if we put our farm like right in this area, we'll be able to get ore in there pretty well. It is a little bit further away from the main part of the base, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to keep it away from the towers as well, and I really don't want to cut down any trees, so that makes the most sense to me. So, with that said, I think our first step will be to get our post out here where we want it. Let's head out here and just kind of decide on where we want to kind of generally put it. I'm thinking kind of like here, maybe? Yeah, let's just do... And these won't be right, but at least give us a place to aim as we're working underground. But if we do that... Oh, almost had my had my dampers and all. All right, so I think that puts us in a good spot. Oh, you might have saw I moved Hermit to Crab over here because I needed the second base over there for the drone, and then this one needs to be this isn't connected to anything. I'm just using it for keep a charge on this, so we'll have to get a home for this guy soon. But yeah, let me jump inside and get started on creating our underground tunnel. All right, folks, I'm back. Got it all the way down this way, quite a ways away, and then it goes all the way down this way. You know what? Shoot, I should have. Let me grab some material real quick. Oh, all right. Yeah, so it goes this way, 25 blocks, and then it comes this way. I'm not exactly sure how many because we popped out of the ground. And we popped out actually pretty close to where we wanted to come up. The general area, so I will not complain about this. This is fine. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this popped up through the ground. So yeah, so this is where we're going to be. The idea here is we want to go up. We want to put on a rotor and then a hinge. And then we can build out for our algae farms. And then we'll put because they need conveyored. And then we can put the solar panels outside of those. Each algae farm is approximately, each algae farm is 3 high. And then each solar panel is 4 high. So if we have solar panels that face towards the ground, then ones that face to the air, and then a block in between, that'll be 9 blocks. I guess I really care about the bottom half. The reason we care is because we don't want it hitting the ground. So if we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, we would have the rotor on top of that, which would make it 5 high. Not sure how wide we'll be. Oh, and it comes back this way too if the sun passes over. So let's give us a couple more blocks just to be super, not there, super safe. Not there. All right. We'll do that, and then we can put our rotor and hinge up here. So the rotor, of course, we want the advanced rotor so that we can get stuff, conveyor the algae back to the building. And then we've got the there we go. We want that, and then we'll put this on here. All right, so algae farms, you need 4 packets of algae to make 1 crisp. And they take about 5 minutes per in good sunlight, right? So you want to go you want to try to do at least multiples of 4, right? So that you're not sitting on just algae waiting for more to be done. So I usually like to use 8. But the thing is, we have to keep this block here and this block here clear, so as it rotates, it doesn't get caught on the post, right? So we're going to have to be out here with our algae farms. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more on like that. And then, do I have the algae farms on here somewhere? They're under food processor. And then we'll do these type. See, they've got the port right there. So if we put that like that, that's fine. We can put that. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to fill in these 3 here too. That's fine. And then I need a camera. Because we're going to use the custom turret control. Man, words are hard, guys. To make it always aim at the sun. All right. And then from here, we can go out and do our this. So that's 1. That's 2. Oops. 2, 3. All right. We put 6 on each side. of the solar panels. All right, and then we can oops. Dropping stuff everywhere, guys. That and like that. So what was I doing? There. But yeah, that should get us some extra during the day. That'll get us kelp crisp really quick. Build those up. Drop anything else? Nope. All right. So I should have stuff for these already. Go ahead and get this welded up. All right. So setting this up, one thing that threw me off when I first used one of these was I was looking for the always track the sun option. Oh, and it was always grayed out right here. And I didn't know. I'm like, man, why isn't that available? That doesn't become available until you make your selection for camera. Oops, wrong one. So if you go here, that camera, oh, must need all three of these set. So we'll set our azimuth is horizontal. We want that as rotor. Elevation is hinge. Did I not change that hinge out there? There it is. I just didn't scroll down far enough. Okay, solar tower hinge 1, and then camera. And then we want to, because this isn't going to need to move very fast, it's just tracking the sun. We want to turn this down quite a ways, probably even more than that, to keep it from rocking back and forth. Not that way. If you put it in negative, it turns it the opposite direction, so you don't want to do that. But you don't want it up at 9 because it'll kind of jerk back and forth. So we're not going to have to worry about any tools or weapons. But then now you can see that always aim at sun is available. So we can hit that, and when we go back up there, you'll see that it's aimed at the sun. Yeah. See how it's now aimed at the sun? So we'll start here, and we'll go ahead and get these done first, so they can start cooking. Almost got everything for the last of it here. Oh, almost fell to my doom. Speaking of doom, what do you guys think about the new Avengers movie coming out? Not sure how I feel about RDJ coming back as a bad guy. Thought he nailed Tony Stark, so it'll be interesting to see how things change. I don't watch many movies, but kind of got stuck with the Marvel ones when they first came out. I really enjoyed the first Iron Man and kind of stuck with it after that. But I would be inclined to watch some other stuff once something good comes out, I guess. Something I'll enjoy. Read some of Brandon Sanderson's books. I don't know if you guys are into this fantasy or science fiction type stuff, books, but Looks like they're working on getting Mistborn. I believe it's Mistborn that they're looking at creating a. Not sure if it's a series via Apple or a movie via Apple. I think it's a series, but if you haven't read any of his books, I highly recommend it. If you've got any thoughts about what other fantasy or sci-fi books around that same kind of genre, let me know. I forgot to get all right, so one thing we can think about here is what color we want to paint these new solar panels. I guess they're not new. They're new for me. I don't know if I talked about this before, but I've only been playing Space Engineers since October-ish. Never came across my radar until then, and I picked it up and Space Engineers 2 up on a whim. Played this for about, I don't know, an hour, and then I was like, I went and bought all the expansions or whatever they're called, the DLC stuff. I was hooked from the beginning. Kind of disappointed I didn't know about it sooner, but better than I should have gotten. I can still do it. I can still do it. I can still do it. I keep forgetting to. I came over just for like an individual thing instead of. That should be enough. I already had 7 of them done, and then this partial one. I just need 4 more here. Yeah, but I've enjoyed it. I have a tendency to get hyper fixated on a game or a book or something like that, and we'll play it. Like if I'm reading a book, if I find a book that I want to read and I get into it, then that's all I'll do for any kind of spare time until the book's read. Same thing with a game. Luckily with gaming, I've got a buddy that I play other games with, so he keeps me honest there. But if not, if it was just me, I'd be playing this all the time with no different games. But with that said, I think I've seen some other games that I would like to pick up or re-pick up. Like I saw Satisfactory's got a new a new release coming out in a couple weeks, month, something like that. So might spend some time on it, see what it's like. But all right. Oh, and what's the other one? Oh, Lightyear Frontier. That had a big update lately, so I'd like to get back into that and try it out. All right, well, there's our solar panels. Oh, we did talk about painting those. I'm kind of tempted to paint it red, but is that too much red? I'm thinking maybe a blue, like a regular solar panel. Do something like that. Wrong buttons. Yeah, that looks all right, I think. Let me know if you think it should be a different color. I'm game for whatever. I've got something in my I get stuff stuck in my head like, oh, I should do it that way, and then I can't see anything different. So I'm always up for thoughts and ideas on how to do stuff differently. All right, so with that said, let me, I think we can clean this up a little bit here. Give it a little bit more protection, but also it look a little bit nicer. I kind of want to change to this weldless. I'm finding myself liking that look a lot better. All right. I think that looks pretty good. I can't leave it alone. I'm sorry, guys. So sorry. What if I did something like this? It keeps it tight in there. Should be all right, right? And then I think it's in here that we have that. Yes, we do. If I can figure out how to move it. There we go. Not sure. Ouch. Not sure about that being all black either, but yeah, that looks like it was meant to be that way. I like it. All right. So now we've got 30 seconds before we get kelp crisp. I wonder if we've got any already created. We should. I think. Oh yeah, we've got 44 kelp already out there. So go ahead, queue up a bunch of them. All right, time for our next project, and that's going to be our farm area. And like I said earlier, I want to place that over in this general vicinity. I think like right in this vicinity. So the first thing we need to do is, first thing I want to do is to get ice storage over here. From my understanding, the farms take, well, there's an irrigation machine that takes ice and turns that into water, and then it pushes that out to the fields or farm plots or whatever they're called. So with having the H2O2, the O2H2 generator on the base, it also wants ice. Instead of having those two fight for it, I'd rather have separate storage. We have ice. We have one ice storage for the farms, and then one ice storage for the rest of the base. So with that in mind, I'm thinking, I was thinking about it, and I think making it look like a water tower would look pretty cool. So having it up in the air, and then having the large cargo container up there, a big ball on top of a stick, and then all the ice could come down and into the irrigation machine, and then do its thing. But then have a what are they called? A sorter that lets the fruit and the wheat and stuff through, but it doesn't let anything back in, and it keeps the ice from going out as well. I think that's probably what I'm thinking. Not probably what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. To do that, we'll need to do the whole underground thing again, and we'll want to come up, thinking like right here, maybe, kind of on the top of this little burn, right? I can't remember. All I remember is a guy in 6th grade we all had to pick a word that nobody knew and come in and explain it. And I remember one guy picked burn, and thought he said, I think if I remember right, it's like the top of a small hill or something like that. But I could be wrong. Somebody with a better vocabulary skill can help me remember. That'd be great. All right, I came in here because I'm going downstairs. So I'm gonna go get us where we need to go with that, and I'll be back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Got everything welded up down there. I did leave out the sorter for the moment. That way, while we're doing all our building over here, we can grab materials from this end without being blocked. So I'll just make sure to put that in before I go and get ice. That way, it all stays over here. Yeah. So I guess the next step up is to go up with this. So for that, I actually want to go up probably even higher than what we've got our... Man, that fog really slows down the wind turbines. That's crazy. All right. So, thinking maybe 15. Let's see what that looks like. And we want the... Oh, that's not what... I didn't even get my part back. Yeah, once it's built out, I think it'll be okay. Yeah. I did have to go get another load of iron. Ran out while I was welding this stuff up. So see if we can get all of this in one bunch. Drop that off, and then we'll do a control click, and that'll get 10 times what I had in there, which was 8. So it tried to get 80 parts for 80 of these, which it definitely couldn't do. But it definitely gets more than 8. So close, so close. All right, let's we can clear this out. I have 2, 3, that. And while I'm also here, I want to get one of these. Right one? Yeah. Alright. What? Steel plates. Yeah, I've got 5,000. Oh, I can't. I can't. That makes sense. Can't hold anymore. My bad. My bad. All right, and then we'll put the connector. Oh, wrong buttons. Wrong buttons. I need white. White over. All right. We did have plates. Huh. So something's not connected. Luckily, we've got a tool that can help with that. Build info, like it was showing, like I showed last episode, where it shows like the different things about different parts. It also has a tool where you can go into /BI and then I think it's CN, so build info conveyor network, I think. Hit enter. Oh, I gotta be looking at something first. Okay, so BI CN enter. All right. So it's connected all the way up to the top there. Oh, yeah. That looks like a problem. Something's not that's not connected there. Oh, I bet I know what I did. I bet I know what I did. That's that hinge. I gotcha. Oh, that's where that other hinge was. Oddly named hinge. I should probably just hide that one. Come down here. Yep, just a 90. That's on me, guys. That's on me. Yeah, these tools are super useful. All right, now we're connected all the way. So I can turn that off by typing in the same command. So I can just do a nope, EICN, and it's gone. Super helpful. I'm sure there's other stuff it can do that we will get the opportunity to try out, but all right, so I'm just going to grab some steel plates for now because I don't need any of this other stuff. We're just going to lay this out how we want to build it out. I want to do it similar to what we did over there. So if I do grab this, and then I also want to change this to the weldless. I'm tempted to go through and change all the buildings to weldless as well. I just like at least the outside of the buildings. I just like the look of that clean armor. Sorry, I get quiet when I'm concentrating. Can't do can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so.
Energy low.
And then put I kind of wish we could do larger balls, but I was thinking about it. I don't think there's a way to build blocks that you could use without building a bunch of different ones that you'd have to have specific sides for that were partial angles. Oops, that's not the way it goes. So this is this is the best we can get to a round ball looking shape. I mean, it's not horrible. This one. And then next we just need to go down, basically kind of like what we did over there, but I want to flare it at the top like it's flaring into the bottom of this, and then go down the half blocks like we did over there, and then flare it out at the bottom. So we'll follow that same, I think that same pattern. And this is I really shouldn't complain about the different types of blocks we have. I'm super impressed with what's available, so. That does not go there. Not. All right, well, you guys can see this. You don't need to watch me or sit here quietly and figure this out, put these parts down. So let me get this down and weld it up and come back. All right, good morning, everybody. Oh, hope everybody rested well. We were able to verify that this was able to rotate freely without any issues, so that's good. That's in a good spot. And then we have our water tower, what it looks like during daytime. I think one thing I would have liked to do is put instead of the lights on the side, put one of the truss lights on top. But if I did that, we wouldn't be able to drop stuff off here because it'd be in the way. So having it that way is probably okay. Our next step is to get our first farm facility set up. And I think it really doesn't matter which direction we go. So I'm just going to pick a direction and go that way. But what I'm thinking is probably right here. Sub, so let's see. We'll just some armor blocks. Had everything but steel plates. All right, let's do that. Oh, you're on. We can't have you on while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, so. Break time. Holy cow, guys. I was talking to my buddy the other day about how I always end up, like if I move my hands from the keyboard and I try to go back, I'm always putting them in the wrong location. I really want to have like a W key that has that little nubbin on it, like the F key, so that I can feel where my fingers are placed. I think that would help me tremendously, honestly. All right, so let's give us some space here. Normally we're doing 5 or 10 in between buildings. How much space do we have here? But if we do, so I'm just trying to think. If I'm looking at our, if I'm thinking about our farm building, it's going to be. Let's just map it out. Let's just map it out. All right. So we'll start it. We'll just use 5 for now, because I think that's probably where we'll end up anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be the edge of our building. We'll do farm. We're going to do 3 rows of 5 farm plots. So we'll do 3 in the middle. Need a walkway on either side. And then the edge of the building. Edge of the building. If we did that, we'd want to come in one, and then we do the farm plots like this. 5. Yep. And then we'd need another walkway around the bottom. That 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, that won't work because this is going to be the outside wall. This is going to be an outside wall. This will be fine because this is going to be glass sitting out here. So you'll have this room is, this is fine. But we're going to need an extra row in here. These are going to end up being a little bit different because at least this one is, because we are not going to have our little supports underneath. Not going to need it because we're in the ground. All right, so all our water will be on this level, pipes, and we'll want it to come up right I'm such... Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it. Okay, like I was saying, we want the pipe to come up right here. All right, we're back. It looks like we've started a pool down there, but that is not what we got. Let me turn off. I turned on Mr. Janitor to help with welding there for a minute. Let me turn him back off. This extra stuff here we don't need. All right, so right. Irrigation system. I think down. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is the irrigation system. It's got control panel up here. It's got access to storage for both of them, both sides, front and back. So, but it only has port access on the top and one side, so we can slide that right in there, and then we can put a that right there, I think. Maybe the food processor right on top, right? Because it's got top and bottom. Also got back, but we don't care about that. Food processor there. Then, do I have any interior plates? I got a few. Okay. So if we go to interior plates and we do this, I think what we want here with that. One, 4, 5. That. Half on this end. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. And then we can put our farm plots right on top of there. But let's choose a different color for this. Kind of thinking green on here. John Deere green. Yeah. John Deere. What does that need? I don't use that keybind interior plates. That Control G mod where you can pick blocks, I don't use it as much as I should, but it's super handy for your plates. I thought somebody said these had lights on them. Yeah, they've got lights right there. I wonder if you can change the colors on those. Turned into a grow house looking thing. That's our plots there. 15 of them. All right, we'll do that. So we'll do This. 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 Yeah, that'll give us a walkway around the whole thing of it. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it. It just throws everything off. I want it to be an odd number, but I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and make it even. All right. Yeah, I think that's going to end up looking a lot better. We can do stuff with the windows to make it look okay, I think. We can use 2x3s, I guess. Yeah, that would work. And then we'll need access to go down, so let's do... Let's do this. And then, I think, yep, that will work. And then we'll put stairs right like that. We can come down here, get to all our stuff. We've got all this. We can come around here and get to this. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. All right. Well, there we go. Kind of matches our other buildings. That bottom's a little thicker than the other ones, but I think that's all right. It's kind of needed. The only other way to do it would be to drop it down into the ground. I don't necessarily want to do that, I don't think. No, I know I don't want to do that. So this is where we're at. I think what I'd like to do though is let's we've got, don't have panels on here. Let's get panels. That those in a while. Let's just drop them down on top of these. Those are hidden. All right. Now for the windows. We've got, that's a 2x3 flat. I think we want the inverted so that the, yeah. That. All right, so how wide is that? That's 5 wide. Oh, I'm gonna need lights in here too, though. So if I did 3, oh, yes, I like that. Let's do that. All right, so I will take this, which is what we were using, like that. Aha. And then we'll do some one by ones. We're going to do that one there and that one there. Then I want to do, yeah, and then I'm going to put in lights. I think they'll work here. Not those though. That's not right. All right. I have a bad feeling about this. Bad feeling. Probably need silicon. Silicon. Yep. All right. Well, if we want to finish this up, I need to go get some silicon. So, still have some iron in there, so we should be fine with that. That's probably just missing glass. So, all right. Let me go make a trek to our silicon and get a load of that, and I'll be back. Well, all right, folks. I think we've got what we had hoped to get done today. We've got our solar tower up here. We've got quite a bit of kelp crisp being created from our algae farms. We're tracking our sun over there. We've got our water tower up in the distance there, as well as our first greenhouse. So I had to go get a load of silicon, but we got that done, and got the lights in here, and we've got all of our greenhouse stuff done. I think what I'm going to do, not that, not that. What I get for trying to rush things, huh? But no, I think we're at a good spot here. We've got this nice little greenhouse that we can use to get some seeds starting to be created. Like if I look at what seeds we've got some vegetable seeds. We've got some fruit seeds, which we can get some more fruit seeds. We've got some grain and mushrooms. So we've got all of the 4 types. We just need to use this to get more. So you plant 1 seed in each, and then as it grows, when you harvest it, usually you'll harvest anywhere between 1 to 4. Usually it's 2 or 3, but so it's not a 1 for 1, which is nice. So we should be able to increase our seeds fairly quickly by just planting them, harvesting, plant, harvest, plant, harvest. Just do a bunch of cycles like that to get as many seeds as possible. And then once we get a good bulk of that, we can create our other farms and start processing them into food. I think that does it for this episode. As far as next time, we've got some options there. We've got to make Hermit the Crab a house, right? Because he's not going to live where he's at long term. We need to use him to fill up our water, our ice storage up there. Oh, and we need to get that sorter down below as well. So, and the other thing we could do that I've been toying with is putting in a auto harvester in here. Something that would harvest for us. We could put like maybe a timer block or an event controller. I don't know if the event controllers can deal with farm plots or not. We'd have to look into that. But having some way of saying, all right, the farm, the stuff's complete, harvest it. Unfortunately, you can't auto plant, so we'll have to do that manually. But being able to auto harvest when it's done will save us some water. Speaking of water, I think this will do 600 liters, but I know each seed takes a different amount of time and a different amount of water. So we'll need to do some maths to figure out what each farmhouse will require and if we'll need more than one of these in a single one. I wouldn't think so. But you never know. So different options. We could do some automation. We could do another build over there. But yeah, we got some things we can work on, and yeah. I just want to say thanks for coming along with the journey. Hopefully you're enjoying the series as much as I am doing it. If so, hit that like button. If you want to be notified of when the next episode comes out, hit subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment. I mean, I'll read any of them that come in, since there's not many right now. But if you've got something to suggest or something you'd do differently, or maybe an idea for our base here that would help it grow into its own, let me know. Also, let me know about maybe some PvE mods that we could use to replace that certain mod that wasn't working properly. So again, open to any ideas you got. So until next episode, be safe and care for those around you.